Hi, everyone. Hi, all my extra-abled friends. You know, summer won't last very much longer, sadly. So I'm taking the opportunity to wear this summer dress and wear it proudly while I still can. And these fun shades, which, hello. I'm actually going to take off while I talk to you guys. I just wanted to give you the full spectrum of this look right now. Anyway, okay, so it's been a while since I posted. Sorry about that. Just like normally, life has been busy. In fact, it's been very busy, and it hasn't been like a good busy, it's been like a really hard busy. Got a lot on my mind. Typically, I do the how-to videos with this tip 1, tip 2, and things like that. But today, I'm just going to talk to you guys. I am just going to tell you what's been going on in my world, and hopefully you guys can relate to some of the things that I've been going through. Maybe you've been going through them, and we can commiserate. So if you want to keep listening to what's been going on in my world, then keep watching this video. So just to let you know, I've come to a point in my life, I'm actually turning 40 in exactly 1 month. And something that I have come to realize is I no longer am going to keep quiet about issues that I see happening. I'm about to get really controversial, okay? You guys just brace yourself from here on out. I'm not going to edit myself. For a while, I was a pageant queen and a motivational speaker, which I still am. But for a long time, I stood for what was gracious and elegant and what fit in the beauty industry. And of course, through all of that, advocating for our kinds of bodies, for extra-abled people, for empowerment and all of that. But I'm about to get a little more political. I feel that now it's time for me to speak up and say the hard things and not just the beautiful, happy, pageanty type things. So those of you that have been following me, or those of you that just started subscribing to me and are binge watching my videos, this is where ish gets real. Okay, so first thing, I was supposed to have a surgery recently. I had a polyp inside my uterus, and so I was scheduled for a surgery, and I'm going to leave out details. You do not know what city this was in, what hospital, what doctor, nothing, because that is confidential, both to myself and the medical entities. Although at this point, because of what has happened, I'm not so concerned about protecting them specifically, but I am concerned about protecting my own information. So what happened was I had a pre-op appointment. Any of you that have been through surgery, you know that you meet with an anesthesiologist and things like that. Well, I'm going to spare you the details, but basically, I have never been to an anesthesiologist appointment before, and I didn't really know how they worked, but somehow I ended up alone in the room with the anesthesiologist, which I was not comfortable with, but I just figured they know what they're doing. I was trying my best to stay calm and to be collected and to trust that, they had my best interest at heart. So, long story short, I was taken advantage of. I was inappropriately touched by the anesthesiologist. And it took me a while to figure out what had happened, processing the information. But I was terrified. I felt icky. I felt completely upset, overwhelmed, overpowered, because anyone who knows me knows that I don't go around, like, I have really good boundaries, and I do not let people into a situation where I could be putting myself in a compromising position. So it completely caught me off guard. Um, and yeah, it's been really challenging. So the situation is that I have tried to report this to the medical facility where it happened, which I will not divulge that information. I reported it to the police in the city where it happened, which you do not know and I will not divulge. But no one has gotten back to me. No one has helped me. No one has filed a report. The police said that they would call me in a week, which was 2 weeks ago. The most I got was an email saying that they were, working on filing my case, but it hadn't been filed yet. I've tried to stay in touch with them, and I've gotten nothing. And so I am beginning to realize that the system does not help the victim. The system protects itself, and I think even maybe the people that are meant to be there to help and to keep the law in order, I haven't felt empowered by that entity or heard. And so it's very disconcerting. It's very disconcerting that this is happening in the world and that the victims of these circumstances do not have access readily to the support and the justice that they should have when these things happen and are reported. So what I'm about to share is very difficult to hear, and it was difficult to go through. So I have reached out to a lawyer who forwarded me to another lawyer that helps with women in abusive or sexual assault situations. So I'm going to report this to that entity now and see if they can do anything for me. But this has obviously taken me on a very difficult emotional journey. As you can see, I didn't really notice until I am watching this back that I'm not really looking in the camera as I talk about this. So forgive me if I'm looking all around and everything. It's really uncomfortable to share that this happened. And I also feel like I'm kind of a rebel, or I shouldn't, I don't feel like I should be doing this. I shouldn't be saying anything, because I think that the hardest thing is I feel like I am going to get in trouble for what happened, or I'm going to upset someone by telling the truth, or some entity is going to come after me for sharing this information. But I share it with you knowing that this needs to get out there. Also, another upsetting thing, something that I'm realizing is that even companies that are offering adaptive services and products, it's still done with very little dignity to the adaptive brand. So it's usually the best kept secret. It's not on their main website. It's not on their mainstream social media brand. It is this little hidden secret off to the side. And this happens a lot with extraabled branding. And this starts at the education level. I'm sure that many of you remember going to school and the quote unquote disabled kids were in a separate class at a separate lunch or a separate table with separate teachers. And so, we've done a better job of integrating people racially, and even we've done a great job in the US of, and I'm not saying that there isn't still work to be done in inclusion in general, but we've, become more inclusive for, sexual orientation and different expressions of sexual orientation. But we still are we're in an archaic age still when it comes to the inclusion of people that are extra abled and the way that we're treated, the way we're branded, the way we are viewed. So the change has to happen on both sides, people. Okay? First of all, we need to mutually empower each other. Okay? Okay, extra abled friends, let's be kind to each other. Let's be kind to each other. It's challenging because every party that's extra abled is vying for resources. And so it can create competition with each other. And, there can be jealousy that one person has more than the other, whatnot. When we're all trying to be heard, we're all working through the feelings of being discriminated against and the limited resources that we're working with. But let's band together. Let's empower each other, because that is how we are going to create a movement. Okay? So there are a lot of things that need to change and be addressed, both with ourselves and with the people out there that are representing us in their brands and in their services. So let's respect one another and let's fight together for our voices to be heard when we're abused, when we are misrepresented. Let's speak up. Speak up. Okay, let's make a decision together to speak up on behalf of each other, and speak up for yourself, advocate for each other, because that's how we're going to make a difference, and that's how we will change the world. All right, let's get controversial. I'm in the mood. Okay, so I know that this is going to be this is going to be the beginning of my controversial platform. So just watch out. I'm about to say a lot of things that people don't want to hear, and a lot of things that people don't want said. So please pray for me to be protected in this. And I'm ready to be brave. Will you be brave with me? All right. Okay, so I would love if you guys commented on this video, please. And subscribe below, give it a like. And also, please just let me know, what else would you like me to share about? Do you have any questions for me? I'd love to do a Q&A. So yeah, subscribe, like, comment. Subscribe, like, comment. And I will see you guys later.